During the 6 years that the StarGate has been in operation, we've acquired a working knowledge of certain alien technologies. We try to adapt those technologies to our own uses. Towards that end, 2 years ago, we developed a hybrid fighter interceptor known as the X-301. It was a combination of human technology and parts from 2 salvaged death gliders. Unfortunately, the prototype failed to live up to expectation.
Beginning attack run now. I am no longer in control of you.
Excuse me?
The craft is no longer accepting input from the controls. The drive is at full power.
Flight, I'm declaring an emergency.
The ejection system has malfunctioned.
We are no longer in control of the vehicle. I repeat, we have lost control and cannot eject.
After the failure of the X-301, we began to concentrate on creating an entirely man-made craft with similar abilities. The result was the X-302.
Navigation.
Check.
Oxygen pressure, temperature control.
All check.
Inertial dampeners.
Cool. And check.
Engines.
All check. Phasers?
Sorry, sir. All systems operational. Mission command, all systems go from Abydos 1.
Do you mean to tell me that the United States Air Force is currently flying a fighter interceptor that is capable of both aerial combat and space flight?
That's correct.
This is unacceptable.
Mr. Ambassador, I understand how you feel.
With all due respect, General, I don't think you do. Your government has been operating this StarGate for 6 years, supposedly for the benefit of all mankind. Yet now we find out that you've been taking advantage of the situation to create military hardware that radically alters the balance of power on this planet.
The X-302 was designed to defend against the ghoul. We have no intention of using it against our neighbors.
And for that, we have only your word.
The United States has had such capabilities for some time, but have not used them on other nations.
Are there any other new technologies that we need to know about?
Might as well tell them, General. They're going to find out sooner or later.
Ever since we encountered a ghoul mothership, we have been working to find a viable countermeasure.
Prometheus was designed to carry a complement of 8 X-302 fighters and is one of several planned.
I must contact my government immediately.
Mr. Ambassador, we volunteered this information in a spirit of cooperation. We're trying to create a coalition to defend the entire world.
Under your leadership.
We have the experience.
Oh, I'm sorry, General. But it may be impossible to achieve an agreement as long as the StarGate and any resultant technologies remain solely under the control of the United States military.
What do you suggest?
We could move the gate to a neutral location and create a permanent staff drawn from all 5 nations.
I'm afraid we can't agree to that.
Well, that choice may finally not be up to you. Once the rest of the world learns of the StarGate, they may well demand it.
We support the United States.
And what are you getting in exchange for this support?
Gentlemen, please. Perhaps I can offer a compromise. Please?
I sympathize with the ambassador's position. A device as powerful as the StarGate in the hands of a military organization, it's a recipe for abuse, despite everyone's best intentions.
What are you suggesting?
We have a civilian agency known as the NID. Now, its mandate has been to keep an eye on top secret projects like the StarGate program, and has done so from the beginning. I propose that we give this organization direct control of the gate, effective immediately.
You can't be serious.
I'm completely serious, General. The NID is the only organization besides the Air Force that has the knowledge, experience, and skill to run the StarGate.
They tried to kill you, Senator.
Come now, Major. Those were rogue agents working for outside interests. Under the NID, I'm sure that we can determine a suitable level of participation for all the great nations represented here at this table.
Senator, could we speak in private?
I find your reluctance to relinquish military control of the gate disturbing, General.
You do a lot better to trust the United States Air Force than the NID, Mr. Ambassador.
The General has an understandable personal prejudice against the organization.
Personal prejudice, Senator, their record speaks for itself.
I've never met anyone who liked doing what they do more than you. And you were good at it. Great. You'll never convince me you just got fed up. I'll never buy that.
You don't understand.
I won't. Unless you explain it to me.
2 weeks ago, I was contacted by a representative of the NID. He suggested I should become more aggressive in my policies.
You have no jurisdiction over you.
He wanted me to help them gain access to off-world technology, which they're unable to do since we shut down their little side operation.
You told him to go to hell.
Of course. Then he told me that if I didn't cooperate, there would be consequences. The next day, 2 men in plain clothes, driving a black, unmarked car, picked up my granddaughters at school.
I don't believe it.
They took them for a little ride, then brought them home. The girls were fine, but I got the message. We're talking about a borderline criminal organization whose true mandate has always been to acquire alien technology at any cost.
If the threat posed by this Anubis is as serious as you say, acquiring alien technology should be our first priority.
Tell that to the people of Madrona, sir. The NID stole a weather control device from that planet, causing a complete destabilization of their atmosphere. They would have died if SG-1 hadn't have tracked down the culprits and retrieved the device.
Stand to, gentlemen! Keep those hands visible.
Who the hell are you?
No one's damn business. Step away from the crate.